Yo, you're here with me, DLR. I'm just going to have a look at a plugin called Addictive Drums today by XLN, which is a drum sampler. It's a plugin that I've used a lot over the past couple of days, and definitely the past year or two I've used Addictive Drums 1 plenty. Like I said, it's a drum sampler, Addictive Drums, but without the feature of you being able to add your own sounds or samples in there. They have their own professionally recorded sounds that you can access via this interface. It's just a cool interface, everything works nicely, all does what it should do. There are a few drawbacks that we'll go through, but yeah, let's give you a little play of the loop that I put together for this session, and then I'll talk you through some of the parts. Yeah, so a simple loop, nothing really to it. It's all about the combination of the sounds and how you get that interaction and gel between everything. That's the kick, as you can hear. That's just one articulation of the kick. So if we go in, you can hear that I've used a softer velocity, and the way we can access that softer velocity is by using, obviously, the velocity for a start, but also now they've added this handy little response feature which gives you a fader that you can choose you can access the exact sample that you want to play, rather than it being any out of 127 samples that are recorded over your velocity ranges, which then play freely like they used to happen in the old one. Also, they had a single hit mode in the old one, but now with this response feature and the no alteration feature, you can fine tune and find exactly the sound that you're after, and then work on that sound, and you know it's not going to change and alter over time, which, you know, obviously we do like things to change occasionally, but when you're talking about something rigid like drum and bass, you need things to stay quite similar. So that's the softer and that's the harder, so you can see why I would choose the softer personally. The snare, and that again is one, so you can really hear again, you know, what that added feature is enabling us to do. Then we've got the hats, and the hats start up here because you've got a big gap because there's so many different articulations. There's also some really loud cymbals that I've not actually turned down yet. You can see, and that's a little demonstration of how much sort of added compression and drive and saturation I've got on the end. It's bringing the cymbals up that much. Then you've got your hats and a load of different articulations again, which is really cool if you want to get that live interaction between, you know, the hats and the snare and the grooves, and make everything sound quite realistic while still staying, you know, pretty rigid. Some loud cymbals, some loud toms. Ooh, I'm loving that on the headphones. And then we do, at the end of every four, I added a nice soft tom, and I've obviously sorted that. I haven't sorted that. And your toms are all up here. This is the one that I've actually done something to. So you can access all of those sounds and turn them all down like you saw I've done. I've accessed this kit page, and if you want to turn each sound down before it actually goes into the compression or the different insert effects, you can go in here and do so. Also, you can change the actual sound. But also you can do that on each individual page. You can still sort of change the sound. Yeah, we got a load of new features, like I said, in the new Addictive Drums 2. In particular, I found this air pressure distortion to be pretty pleasing. I'll turn some instances off so you can hear how that's really helping to thicken out the mids and to fill it out rather than it being high. And, like, you know, both sounds are quite nice, but I prefer this sort of lower, chunkier sound, this slightly boxier sound, so everything sounds lower whilst it's still quite high pitched. I think that's one of the best things that they've added definitely in this version is this air pressure distortion. Along, you know, the other ones are still there. They have another one called Iron Transformer for some rude boy sort of absolute destruction. But, you know, this is probably adding phase difference as well, because I've got it mixed and I've got it at a certain frequency range. But, you know, it does help to change the sound and thicken it out. And personally, I think sort of de-cheaps it. So it takes the cheapness out of the attack of the hit, and makes it sound a bit rounder and crunchier and more real. There's a load of new sounds that are available now via the different ad packs, which they kindly gave to me. You can access all of that here, but also they've added some cool new presets, and what we'll do is we'll save up this one, save preset, save, yeah, nice, cool, we got that saved up, and then we'll just sort of go on to one of theirs. These are all mine. I quite like that, you know, it's got a mad sound to it. It's cool what sort of inspiration you can get when you're clicking around. And again, I mean, if you turn the hat down, it's really cool little inspiration there. Also, what this has actually helpfully shown me as well is that there's this really cool new feature, which if you want to layer your sounds, I personally keep things quite simple, stripped back, you know, more like individual hits, and then try and really get the most out of those hits. But of course, if you want a sort of clap sound to your snare, but the weight of original snare, you can actually link it up to this now. So let's just add that as a clap. Oh, you got sine waves in here as well. Okay, I didn't know that. White noise. Cool. There's a load of kicks, and if we actually just go into loads, we can choose what we actually want at the bottom here. So maybe we'll go for where's the real machine stuff, and then we'll get the clap if we can find it in time. Oh, there it is. Maybe not that one. Cool. So then, yeah, you can tighten it up, do whatever you want to do. And really, I think, you know, they've done themselves a lot of favours by adding this feature where you can simply just link this, just drag it over to the one you want to link it to, and then link to hit A, and when you play that, I mean, you know, even that's quite cool. Kind of adds a crunch in there. So yeah, you can just now easily trigger this one, all those sounds just via one hit, which is you know, definitely a massive new feature, along with this response meter that you get here, the level meter. So yeah, Addictive Drums 2, I tried to give you a quick run through, probably didn't actually hit on everything, but yeah, hopefully that gives you a little rundown of what's cool about the new Addictive Drums. If you want to get yourself on Plugin Boutique and pick up the bits right now.